All right, guys, I actually did make it back from California with the trade-in for that expedition that Cal just brought from Kentucky to me, and then I drove to California. I thought we'd try something different. I did film a little bit more interview with Cal about his experience being a driver, and I thought I'd just share it with you guys and see what you guys think. We all like to hear stories anyways, right? Out of curiosity, how do you get into transporting RVs?
Actually, I bought an RV from a dealer.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, I said, I'm available if you need some help driving or getting them transported. And that was in 2015. And the phone hasn't stopped ringing. So that's kind of how I got started.
I find it to be a little bit fun to go on adventures on somebody else's dime.
Oh, I do. I don't mind it a bit. There's times when it's a little bit trying. I've been to some auctions, and some of the auction stuff is not as in good a shape as you would like, and you just got to nurse it, and make sure that you don't overstep your boundaries with what you got to work with, So.
Oh, I know. All right.
It's been good for the most part. It's been a lot of fun. I gotta say, it was a lot of fun.
It seems like it'd be a lot of stress sometimes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they don't have dash AC or roof AC.
Oh.
Or generator's not working, and you're driving from New York all the way to Arizona.
Yeah, I drove from
Or the exact opposite, no heat.
Yeah. Well, I ran one from Albuquerque to Mesa. No AC, it was 106 degrees.
Yeah.
And
do you charge extra for that?
Cool towel is an absolute necessity. I did not.
You say you did 120,000 miles in the last 2 years?
Last 2 years, 70,000 last year and 50-something the year before.
That's a lot more than I've done my entire life, I think.
Never missed a day in the pandemic. Like I was telling you earlier, I was on flights at airports where there was 25 people on the plane, 180 passenger plane.
Right.
It was like Twilight Zone. I felt like William Shatner, waiting for the little gremlins to pull the rivets,
Well, I hope this will be a very easy delivery for you.
That should be, yeah.
Nothing too complicated. It's a nice Phaeton.
Yeah. My contact with Heather and them was real good, and we're going to be in good shape. It should be easy peasy. It should be smooth and seamless, especially with you to look it over for me. I appreciate that a lot. That goes a long way. I might overlook something that you don't. I mean, I know you're way more thorough than I am.
I don't know about that.
So
I think I've just been lucky.
Well,
so it's nice to have me to blame if anything goes wrong.
Well, no. Well, as my main concerns are tires, coolant, and oil.
Right.
Those are my three that I look at every stop, just to make sure.
No, I'm sure you've been stranded a few times.
Yeah, more than once.
More than once.
I've a couple of incidents with coolant hoses leaking and blowing out. I actually blew steer tires on vehicles before. You actually repaired one a few years ago. It was a Signature I brought back from actually Kentucky.
I remember that.
And so the right front steer tire blew, and it tore all the generator wiring off on that side, all the chassis wiring, and blew a hole in the step.
Yep. And it was a
mess.
09 Monaco with the
Signature or Dynasty.
Yeah, and it had
that was absolute.
The multiplex chassis system on it. That was not a fun thing to rebuild.
Yeah.
With no parts.
Oh, it was an awful. And the sickest part about the whole thing was it only had 19,000 miles on it.
No, it was a beautiful coach too.
Oh, just awful. I felt so bad. And then I had to have 2 steer tires put on. This happened at 3 in the afternoon. 11 o'clock at night, I got back on the road. $2,200 later for 2 steer tires. But when you're at the mercy,
what can you do?
Mercy. Nothing you can do.
You're not going to drive too far without some front tires.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I kind of blame myself. They look like brand new. They were dated. But I talked with the owner, and I guess we both agreed we'd keep an eye on them. But as soon as I got into hot weather in Texas, it started to wear, it started taking its toll on them, and it finally blew one. So
So driving all the way to Kentucky. Make sure
Yes,
you get there
sir.
safely.
The 40 and down the road we go. I guess I kind of like the 40 because it's a straight shot.
I agree.
There's a lot of fuel stops. It's if you have an issue, there's a place to pull off. You know?
Yeah.
It just seems a little bit more convenient. Actually had more rain and bad weather in Albuquerque. And Brad Paisley's World Tour 2 semis were going through, and they were running they came by me like I was standing still. They must have been running 80. And I was running 70. I run 68, no more than 70.
Right.
Any coach, it doesn't matter. No more.
Yeah, I don't ever go faster than that.
No, whether it's and it's 80 on the 10 down in Texas.
I know you get people running up on you too.
Man, I tell you, to me, 68, 70 is perfect, and it's mostly it's most of the sweet spots for most of the coaches.
Right.
I mean, 75, you're kind of burning a little extra fuel. It doesn't get you there that much quicker. So I'll kind of watch that, and we'll just kind of play it by ear.
It's a good plan.
I don't drive. If it's bad, I'll pull off somewhere and just wait. Most of them are 20 minutes, half hour, then it's done. So why take the chance?
I agree with you. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of fun to listen to Cal and his experience driving these things. Cal's a great guy. I enjoy hanging out with him and working with him, and I hope to see him more. But I got to get back to work. I'm going to do an inspection on this, do a few repairs on it. I have a Class C I'm doing a few repairs on too, and even on my coach I got the lights changed out at the top. And then I did get some parts finally for the little upgrade I want to do down in the basement. And the weather is starting to cool off enough that working outside in the sun isn't too unbearable. But unbelievably, we're about ready to hit 50,000 subscribers. I'm gonna get a job done on this step right there, but I'll try to put out some sort of celebratory video. I really can't believe we're at 50,000 subscribers, guys. It's mind-boggling to me. I was excited when I had 100 subscribers. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. That was a lot of fun.
The 40 to the 20, and down to the 10. But
Last time I went up
40.
through the 30, just because I hadn't gone through the long ways through Texas before, so I wanted to try it out.
Oh, sure.
It was awful. It wasn't awful. It was just very boring. The road was pretty rough.
I've been both ways, but I think the 40 is a little better. And right now, Texas is getting massive storms off of the Gulf.
Yeah, I was hit with all sorts of huge storms in Atlanta, or not Atlanta, but the entire length of Georgia I was in it, and Kentucky got hammered pretty well too.
Yes, I was in South Carolina last week.
So remind me, we need to check the wiper blades, huh?
Yeah, and it rained a couple of good showers, but I was kind of in between them. I was passed through them and get on the other side, so I was in pretty good shape. But it was a nice ride. But today we're kind of watching weather. I am going to go up the 40 to Holbrook and then get on the 40. So Payson area is expected some pretty heavy showers after lunch till about 4 o'clock.
But let me finish up the repairs on this. But we're getting really close if we're not already there. But we're getting pretty close, surprisingly. But unbelievably, we're almost